Welcome back to Sao Paulo. We're at the Paralympic Training Center, bringing you the final quarter-final of the day. And we have the matchup between the United States of America and Turkey. Germany, as well as the Australians, have booked their place in the semi-finals. Whilst on court one, Great Britain currently lead Brazil 34-14. Match officials for this encounter. Crew chief is Fengwen Wang from China, and she is assisted by Elena Radkias and Christian Colombati. USA coming into this encounter with the 2 losses, whilst Turkiye just the 1 loss to Germany. And away we go, Turkiye with the first possession. Arda for Turkiye finds the pass to Baran Uguz, but Uguz unable to convert, and away comes USA's Gavin Peterson. Colin Lancaster to Andrew Butel. Jonathan Smith converts for the USA for our first points of the game. Efeturk for Turkiye. Baran Uguz. Back to Efeturk. Efeturk puts up the shot. Timothy Houston will pick up the rebound and will look to transition quickly for the USA. And space opens up for Timothy Houston. Goes into the paint, converts. So good early intentions here from the USA. Arda for Turkiye manages to find an easy channel. Lancaster unable to stop the number 11 there for Turkiye. Jonathan Smith in possession for the USA, finds Lancaster. Lancaster to Houston, and now Andrew Butel. Butel will play it across to Houston. Houston will convert for the USA. Efeturk will bring it up now for Turkiye. Looking to find a way past Houston. Plays it into Baran Uguz, and Uguz takes Turkiye up to 4. Lancaster, closely watched by Efeturk, will look to find a pass towards Houston. Houston picks the ball up, finds Jonathan Smith. Smith unable to convert, and tidying up there for the USA was Andrew Butel. He draws a foul and will take a trip to the free throw line. Butel unable to make that a 3-point play. 7:42 to play in the first period. 4 points advantage for USA, and good work there from Butel. Slapping the ball away from the hands of Hassan Efeturk. But Turkiye will inbound from the baseline. Efeturk will pick it up. And he's looking to play Baran Uguz into a scoring position, but the ball will come off the hand of one of the USA players. So Turkiye with the possession, 14 on the shot clock. Baran Ugus looking for the pass to Bilal Mirt, and Bilal unable to narrow the deficit for Turkiye. And in the meantime, USA will take themselves up to 10 points as Gavin Peterson converts for Team USA. Effort Turk up against Timothy Houston. Houston doing enough to just put the big number 7 for Turkiye off, and Butel working with Smith. Smith is going to be blown for the offensive foul. Couple of substitutions for Turkiye. Roglu is on court for Turkiye, as is Salim Kursan, the number 23. Arda in possession for Turkiye. Looking for the pass into Oguz, and the big number 23 for Turkiye, Salim Kursan, converts. Long pass to Timothy Houston. Houston looking to play in Smith, decides against it. Lancaster back to Houston. Shot clock is at 9. Butel to Lancaster. Lancaster puts up the shot. Takes USA up to 12. Just under 6 minutes to play here in this first period. USA up to a 6-point advantage. And, Turkiye will drive into the paint. Baran Ugus converts. That foul will be called against Gavin Peterson. Oregon unable to convert the three-point play, but rebound falls in favor of Turkiye. Arda looking for space. It opens up for Baran Urkan, and Salim Kursun battling to finish. Eventually on the third attempt he will do so. And nasty crash to the floor is Orgus Baran looking in some discomfort. Turkiye's medical staff get Baran Urgus back up, but Urgus looks like he is in some discomfort, will be substituted, holding his hand. Hopefully nothing too serious and he can continue. USA will inbound from the baseline. Baran Uguz, a key player for Turkiye, so they'll definitely hope that the injury he has sustained is not too serious. But in the meantime, Team USA will bring the ball up with Colin Lancaster. Lancaster across to Houston. Houston back over to Lancaster. Now it's Peterson. Houston shot clock is at 8, and Lancaster puts it up. Rebound is collected by Timothy Houston. Correction, Andrew Butel. Butel doing well there. Tidies up for the USA. 14 for Team USA, 10 for Turkiye. Final 5 minutes of the first period. An offensive foul is blown against Turkiye's number 8 there, Oroglu. Andrew Butel will get Colin Lancaster in possession. And Timothy Houston will find Andrew Butel. Butel's quick pass towards Smith. He's unable to hold on to it. And away comes Efetur for Turkiye. Arda will play it into Efetur. Efetur doesn't make that count for the Europeans, and Timothy Houston will get the ball over the halfway line to Jonathan Smith, and Smith will play it towards Lancaster. Lancaster slows the play down, waits for Houston, and Timothy Houston with 7 on the shot clock will look to get something going here, and Andrew Butel takes the USA up to 16 points. Timeout's called by Turkiye. 4 minutes to play here in the first period. USA 16, Turkiye 10. Turkiye will get us up and running again after that timeout. 4 minutes left of this first period. And Turkiye in possession. Arda looking for Efetur. Efetur will lean on one wheel, and foul will be called against the Turkiye on the Turkiye number 8, Oroglu. Colin Lancaster to Andrew Butel. Butel will make sure for the USA as they find themselves with an 8-point lead here with 3:26 left in this first period. And Burak Aygan converts for Turkiye, the number 4. Lancaster, quick pass over the half to Houston. Houston looking to drive down towards the baseline, plays the pass across to Butel, and Butel adds to his points tally already in this first period, leading the way in scoring for Team USA and the game with 8 points. And that attempt from Eroglu finds Timothy Houston. Houston will drive past Eroglu, and Team USA trying to add to their points, but Turkiye come away with it. Arda now for Turkiye. 2:14 to play in the period. Arda looking for Kursun, and Kursun is blown for the foul. Offensive foul there by Turkiye. 8-point advantage for Team USA, looking to take it out to a 10-point lead. Timothy Houston, Lancaster to Butel, and Andrew Butel unable to make the most of that opportunity. Away comes Turkiye. And can Turkiye narrow the deficit? They do. 14 points to Turkiye as Eroglu converts for the men in white. Timothy Houston, Lancaster, Smith. Back to Houston, across to Lancaster. Lancaster thought about the return pass to Smith, and Houston will eventually find Jonathan Smith. Ball in and out, and rebound collected there by Salim Kursan. Arda for Turkiye. In possession now is the Turkiye number 11. Foul will go against the USA number 10 there, Colin Lancaster. Six-point advantage for USA. 53 seconds left of the period. Turkiye looking to narrow the deficit. And Bilal not unable to convert, but Kursun will pick up the loose ball. Arda now in possession. And foul goes against Lancaster, and that'll take Eroglu to the line. Going there for Turkiye. Lancaster will find Peterson, and now Lancaster once again, and Lancaster trying to roll the ball into the basket. 12 seconds left in this period. Arda. Offensive foul goes again. The Turkish number 23, Kursun. He picks up his second foul. 3 seconds left in the period. Lancaster unable to get the pass to Houston. So at the end of the first period, Team USA lead Turkiye by 20 points to 14. Andrew Butel will play it into USA's number 7. There is Jude Hiley. Turkiye in the meantime with Arda. Shot clock at 5, so Arda puts up the attempt, converts it, and Turkiye to within 4. Jude Hiley for the USA. Finds Andrew Butel. Butel across to Smith. Smith will try and find a pass across to Jude Hiley, but short, and Turkiye punished the mistake there from Smith. Timothy Houston now, USA. Houston back to Smith, and Jonathan Smith converts. Arda looking for a pass towards Burak, and Burak unable to convert. Andrew Butel for the USA. He sets himself up and adds to his game tally. And moves up to 12 points in the game. And Efaturk on the other side of the court for Turkiye will take 3 bites at the cherry, and this time converts and draws the foul, so he'll go to the line for a potential 3-point play. Turk unable to finish that 3-point play, but he'll have another chance to add to the Turkiye score. Efaturk takes Turkiye up to within 3 points. 7:37 to play in the half. And Efaturk unable to convert on the second attempt. Timothy Houston will pick it up for USA now on the right-hand side and finds a bit of space, gets himself into the paint, and takes Team USA up to 26. Will put up the 3-point attempt, in and out, and rebound gladly accepted by Jude Hiley. Timothy Houston looking for some space. It opens up nicely for him, and he will take USA up to the 28-point mark. Turkiye will inbound. Efaturk closely watched there by Lancaster. Arda will find Bit of space down the right-hand side of the Turkish court. Stopped in his tracks by Timothy Houston. Turk will put up the three, and he lands it. So 4-point advantage for Team USA. 6:28 to play in this first half. Houston across to Butel. Lancaster. Houston back to Lancaster. And to Butel. Butel continues to pile on the points for the USA. 30 points now. Butel up to 14 for the game. Turk. He will hit straight back. Stevens now in possession for Team USA. Hands it over to Lancaster. Now Timothy Houston. Houston will play it to Jude Hiley. Hiley back to Houston. Quick pass out to Lancaster. Back to Jude Hiley. And Hiley just unable to finish off there. Opportunity now for Turkiye. Looking to bring the score to within 2. Turk. Arda. Shot clock at 2. Arda gets the shot up. It's short, and Houston will now be in possession from the pass from Hiley. Butel finding Lancaster, but Lancaster just off balance there. Turns the ball over, and foul will go against Jude Hiley. Basket will count, so two-point lead now for Team USA. Turk will go to the line. So Turkiye bring it back to within 1. 4:45 to play here in the first half. Colin Lancaster will bring it up for Team USA. Andrew Butel. Timothy Houston. Across to Lancaster looking for Timothy Houston. Finds him, and Houston takes the USA scoreline up to 32. 4:22 to play in this first period. Turk looking for a way past Jonathan Smith. He does get the shot up, but unable to convert. Smith will be called for the foul, and Turk will go to the line. And good finishing there from Turk. Takes Turkiye up to 30 points. Lancaster to Timothy Houston. Timothy Houston will play it out to Andrew Butel. Doesn't land on this occasion for the USA number 13, and away comes Turkiye with Eroglu. Eroglu looking to bring Turkiye up to level, and in the meantime, the number 23, Salim Kursan, does exactly that. So level after with, sorry, should I say 3:31 to play, and Timothy Houston takes the USA back into the lead. Attempt there from Turkiye doesn't land, and rebound picked up by Turkiye. Arda trying to play the ball into Bilal Mert. USA though will have the inbound from the baseline with 2:57 to play here in the first half. Timothy Houston picks up the ball, looking to Butel. Now Smith will put up the attempt. Rebound collected by Kursun, and away comes Arda now for Turkiye. Baran Urguz still continues to receive treatment on the injury he got late in that first period. Offensive foul goes against Turkiye. Substitution USA. Preston Howell on, as well as Sebastian Milan, and Smith and Lancaster will have a break. And also substitutions now for Turkiye. Efaturk will re-enter the court, as well as the Turkiye number 5 there, Mehmet Payam. Preston Howell will put up the shot. The run of the ball will not favor the USA, and Turkiye will pick up the rebound, and Efaturk to Arda, and good work there from Oroglu. So scores back to a level pegging, 34 apiece, 1:49 to play here in this first half. It's the fourth quarterfinal here at the 2025 IWBF U23 Men World Championship. And good work there from Gavin Peterson, taking USA back into the lead with 1:30 to play here in this first half. Arda looking for Kursun, and Kursun levels the scores once again. Butel finds Preston Howell. And, Gavin Peterson unable to convert. Foul is going to be called by referee Christian Colombati. He signals that foul on Mehmet Payam. Late call, but that will give Peterson an opportunity to try and get the USA into the lead. 55 seconds left of this first half. Unable to take the USA into the lead. Now Turkiye with the opportunity, wanting to finish off the half strong. Efaturk will have the time, puts up the shot, doesn't convert, and USA nearly throwing the possession away, but Sebastian Milan now for Team USA. Space for him, and he will play in Andrew Butel. Timeout called by Turkiye. USA 38, Turkiye 36. 31 seconds left of the half. Turkiye will bring the ball up with Efe leading the scoring for the Turkiye team with 14 points. Arda looking for options, and he lays it into Kursun, and Kursun levels the scores. So going into the halftime break. The referee stopping the play. So USA have the clock adjusted after referees picked up the table, letting it run for a few seconds, and now Milan will find Butel. Butel will play it towards Gavin Peterson. Peterson trying to get the shot up, but Efe stops it, and halftime score here in Sao Paulo, USA 38, Turkiye 38. Second half action underway with both teams trading points. Turkiye, though, with the 2 points advantage. Timothy Houston for Team USA to Lancaster. Lancaster did well to recover, but Smith unable to control the ball that was sent his way from Lancaster, and USA made to pay the price as number 5 for Turkiye, Mehmet Payem, converts for Turkiye. 4-point advantage for the Europeans over the USA. Timothy Houston will find Colin Lancaster, and Arda is called for the foul. Lancaster converts for Team USA. Turkiye will bring the ball up. Effort take for the men in white. Trying to find a way past Smith. Smith not allowing that, but Turkiye will convert with Oroglo. Houston across towards Butel. Butel will pick it up, throw it back to Timothy Houston. Houston looking to Jonathan Smith, who will put up the shot. The bounce doesn't favor the USA, and away comes Turkiye with a quick transition, and Turk not taking that opportunity. 5-point advantage to Turkiye at the stage. Andrew Butel looking for some space, closely watched there by the Turkiye defense, and Andrew Butel finds some space, puts up the shot. Doesn't land. USA will win the ball back, and Timothy Houston tidies up nicely, takes the USA to within 3. Effort Turk in the meantime for Turkiye, and he will have another opportunity, and offensive rebound there from Turkiye. Tidying up nicely for the Turks is Mehmet Payem. Andrew Lancaster. Andrew Butel, my apologies. And Butel will play it out to Peterson. Quick hands to Lancaster, and Smith unable to convert. Turkiye will win the possession back. 5-point advantage. 6:19 to play in the third period. Place up for grabs in tomorrow's semi-finals. And Effort Turk puts up the long-range shot. Rebound collected by Butel, and away comes Timothy Houston for Team USA. Butel's long pass towards Houston is stolen away there by Effort Turk, and Arda will finish for Turkiye. Timeout will be called by USA coach Scott Mayer. Back to the action here in the third period. Timothy Houston to Colin Lancaster. Butel back to Houston. Houston converts. And offensive foul is going to be called against Turkiye. Number 7, Efaturk, the guilty party. Opportunity for USA to try and narrow the deficit. Jonathan Smith, Timothy Houston looking towards Butel, but ball stolen away by Turkiye. Aroglu in possession for the Turks. Good work by Aroglu. Timothy Houston will find some space in the paint, unable to convert. And away comes Aroglu. Now to Arda. Trying to attack the zone. Lancaster doing well to keep him out. Arda looking towards Efaturk. And Efaturk will play in Turkish number 4 there is Burak. Jonathan Smith with time. Just not dropping for Team USA, and momentum definitely with Turkiye at the moment. Arda for Turkiye. Efaturk. Efaturk with the shot clock running down, had to try and get something up. Ball goes straight out of bounds. 3:25 to play in the third period. 9-point advantage for Turkiye, and they'll call for a few substitutions. Timothy Houston. Jonathan Smith to Colin Lancaster. Lancaster looking for Houston. Ball was deflected, and Turkiye come away with the possession. Arda for Turkiye. He puts up the long-range effort there, and USA will come away with it now. Andrew Butel looking for some space, finds Timothy Houston, and Houston quick pass to Butel. Turkiye pleading for the 3-second call, not given by the match official, and 2:30 to play in the third period. Foul is going to go against Gavin Peterson, but it was before the shot went up. Referee getting the scorers table a bit confused, signaling to the wrong side of the court, but Turkiye will inbound from the baseline. So back to the action. Turkiye with Arda just letting the ball hit his chair, goes out of bounds. USA will have the baseline inbound. Colin Lancaster asks Jonathan Smith to take it up for Team USA. Smith will play it across to Timothy Houston. Houston puts up the shot, rebound collected by Turkiye. Aroglu now with Arda. Moving into the final 2 minutes of this third period. Arda will put up the shot, decides to pass it rather to Aroglu, and each time Turkiye convert, celebrations from the Turkiye team, pumping themselves up here are the Europeans, but Timothy Houston will look to keep the scoreboard turning over for Team USA, just not landing for them at the moment. Arda for Turkiye. Shot clock at 8, and Timothy Houston will pick up the rebound, hands it over to Andrew Butel. Butel will find Houston, and Arda is called for the foul. Jonathan Smith gives it in to Andrew Butel. Butel to Houston. Shot clock at 6. Lancaster trying to get Smith in, but difficult pass there for Jonathan Smith to pick up, and 31 seconds left here in this third period. Turkiye will look to Aroglu to convert. He doesn't, and the ball will be knocked out of bounds by Korsun, shall I say, and USA with an opportunity to try and narrow the deficit before the end of this third period. Houston to Lancaster. Lancaster fakes the shot, gives it back to Houston. Houston will find Butel. He does exactly the same. Fakes the shot, picks up his own rebound, gets another shot up. Too much pressure there from Korsun. Foul is called on the Turkiye number 11. Arda, so 2.9 seconds left here in the period. USA will need to get the shot up straight away, and Lancaster does get it up in time, but unable to convert. So at the end of the third, Turkiye 56, USA 47. Lancaster's long-range attempt doesn't land, and Turk will pick it up for Turkiye. Final quarter here in Sao Paulo, the final quarter-final of the 2025 IWBF U23 Men's World Championships, and Turkiye will maintain the possession as the ball rebounds off the back of Andrew Butel's head. Arda for Turkiye. Shot clock at 6. He puts up the shot and takes Turkiye up to an 11-point lead, the biggest of the game. USA just struggling to make anything happen on the offensive side of the court. Butel, Lancaster to Houston. Houston looking to get around the Turkiye defense, plays in Smith. Smith doesn't convert, and Turk now for Turkiye. Turk picks up his own rebound, has a second bite of the cherry, takes Turkiye up to a 13-point lead. Crucial point in the game for Team USA. If they want to fight their way back here, they need to start getting some points on the board. Butel will lean to the right-hand side, gets the shot up. Rebound collected by Turkiye. Arda for Turkiye. Finds Turk. And Turk tries to pick up his rebound. Jonathan Smith in a race with Arda, and the Turkish number 11 wins that race. Picks up the ball. Finds 3-second violation called against Turk. Andrew Butel will bring the ball up for Team USA. Houston loses possession there. Good work from the Turkiye number 8 Aroglu, and Colin Lancaster is blown for the foul. Aroglu unable to convert there for Turkiye. Away comes Timothy Houston looking for some space, manages to get himself into the paint, converts for the USA. So timeout will be called by Mehmet Okur, the Turkish coach. 7:11 to play in the game. 11-point advantage for Turkiye. Turkiye in possession with 7 minutes left here in this game. 11-point advantage. Arda, the man that's been pulling the strings for the Turkiye team. And points on the board once again for the number 8 Iraglu. Timothy Houston. Jonathan Smith. Lancaster to Smith, and Smith's pass asking too much of, or showing too much of it to Turkiye, and the ball ricochets off the back of Timothy Houston. So turnovers starting to cost Team USA at the moment. Good defensive play by Turkiye. And if a Turk gets into the paint, is going to be, well, foul's going to be called by the referee. Lancaster is the guilty party. Turkiye will have the sideline possession. Team USA about to bring on 2 substitutions, and they will bring in Martrell Stevens and Jude Hiley. In the meantime, video review has been requested by Team USA. And unsportsmanlike foul is called against Team USA. So Colin Lancaster the guilty party on that occasion, so Turkiye will have the 2 shots and pick up the possession. And if a Turk takes Turkiye up to 63 points. .15 to play in the game, and Arda takes Turkiye up to 65 points, 16-point advantage. USA struggling on the offensive side of the court. Unsportsmanlike foul will go against the Turkiye number 4, Aygan, Burak Aygan. Houston will go to the line. Houston takes USA up to 50 points, and he will add the additional one. 14-point lead for Turkiye. USA will have the possession though. Stevens will inbound to Jude Hiley. Hiley across to Houston. Houston looking for some space. Opens up for Houston, but his attempt is short, but recovering well there for Team USA. Andrew Butel narrows the Turkiye lead to 12, and Roglu will find a pass up the court, and Efe Turk is blown for the offensive foul. 5:30 to play in the game. Team USA in possession. Stevens to Smith. Smith will play it across to Houston. Back to Jonathan Smith, who puts up the shot. The rebound will be picked up by Oroglu, and he hands it over to Arda. Turkiye 65, USA 53. And Houston is called for the foul. And good work there from Oroglu. He converts. Turkiye up to 67. Just over 5 to play in this game. Houston losing the possession after the bad pass there from Stevens, and Turkiye punished the USA for that lack in concentration. Stevens to Harley across to Houston. Houston is stopped in his tracks there by Eroglu. Foul called on the Turkiye number 8. Stevens to Hiley, and Timothy Houston takes USA up to 55, still within striking distance. If they can mount a late charge, Team USA. And a couple of fightbacks in 2 of the games today. Australia overturning a 14-point deficit to beat Italy, and South Africa coming back from 14 to within 5 in the previous game. So can Team USA do the same? And Jude Hine takes Team USA up to 55, so 57 should I say. Mohamed Akour will call for the timeout for Turkiye. 3:42 to play in the game. Effort for Turkiye, the big number 7. Arda, the 11 there for Turkiye, will play it in towards Efeturk, and Efeturk with the height advantage, but is not able to make it count. So opportunity here for Team USA. Can they bring it back to within 10 points? And Houston will do exactly that. So USA just chipping away at that lead, putting Turkiye now under full court pressure. Abda, though, in control. He will find Oroglu. Oroglu doesn't convert for Turkiye on that occasion. Here's Jude Hiley for Team USA, looking for Houston. Houston will pick it up, look for some space, and he will bank it in off the backboard. So good little passage of play here by Team USA. Lead now just 8 points, and we still have 2:33 to play here in this game. And Foul's going to be called on Jude Hiley. Arda will inbound from the halfway line. Arda finding some space. Houston unable to stop Arda. USA will definitely want to make it more difficult for the Turkiye team on the offensive plays. There's Butel in the meantime trying to get an immediate reply, but Turkiye will eventually come away with it. Arda to Roglu, and now Efaturk. And Efaturk should make sure, which he does. Timothy Houston will put up the three. In and out, doesn't land, and Turkiye will control the tempo of play once again. Arda into Efaturk, and Efaturk will convert. Timeout called by Team USA. Scott Mayer, 1:31 to play. Turkiye 75, USA 61. Lancaster to Houston. Andrew Butel for Team USA. Back to Lancaster. Lancaster puts up the shot. Just not landing for Team USA now. Turkiye with Efaturk, and Efaturk having a big game here for Turkiye. 29 points. Timothy Houston with 26 for Team USA. Long range attempt goes up there by the Turkiye number 12, Vidat. Vidat doesn't add to the Turkiye score. So we're in the final minute of this game. Turkiye looking to see this one over the line and book themselves the ticket in the semi-finals tomorrow. And Andrew Butel will put up the three. Just not landing, but the rebound falls to Jonathan Smith, who was looking for Houston, but his pass is intercepted there by Efaturk. And Efaturk finds the number one, Gokpur, and Gokpur finishes it up for Turkiye. So 77 plays 61, 33 seconds left of the game. Colin Lancaster will keep working here for the USA, and Houston takes the USA up to 63, final 25 seconds of the game. Efaturk finds Gokpur. 7 seconds on the shot clock, 8 on the game clock. And Houston will knock the ball out of the reach of the Turkiye number 7, who has the last touch. timeout called by USA. 3.3 seconds left on the game clock, and Turkiye are on their way to the World Championship semi-finals. Final 3 seconds of the game, and Lancaster will set up Jude Harley for the 3, and that'll be the end of the game. So Turkiye have beaten Team USA here in the final quarterfinal of the 2025 IWBF U23 Men's World Championship, and they will progress on to tomorrow's semi-final. So from Sao Paulo here in Brazil, we say goodnight and look forward to welcoming you back for the coverage tomorrow morning.